Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us here today for this reception to celebrate the AIDS Memorial Quilt exhibition here at SFO. We are very glad that you are here with us today. Let's give a round of applause for that. Yes. We've got several speakers that we are going to invite up here to the podium to say a few words, and to kick things off, please welcome our SFO Airport Director, Mike Nikornket.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to San Francisco International Airport. We are honored to host you today for this special event that speaks to the heart of San Francisco and the spirit of this airport. It's especially meaningful that we're holding this reception during Pride Month in San Francisco, a time where we uplift the LGBTQ+ community and honor the struggles and triumphs of the movement and recommit ourselves to our values of equity, diversity, and inclusion. The AIDS Memorial Quilt today is part of that story. It stands as a powerful reminder of love and hope, and it speaks to the profound impact HIV and AIDS have had, not only to the LGBTQ community, but on countless others, as it reflects the strength, the resilience, and the compassion that have defined the response for decades. But the quilt is more than a work of art. It's a living archive, a tapestry of names, memories, and legacies. And placing it here at SFO, the gateway to San Francisco, the home of Harvey Milk Terminal 1, and a crossroads to the world, is no accident. It's a deliberate and meaningful choice. Every day, millions of people from around the globe will pass by this exhibition and be touched by its message of remembrance, humanity, and connection. I'd like to recognize San Francisco Airport Commissioner Susan Liao, and thank you for coming here today. I'd also like to recognize City Treasurer Jose Cisneros, former Senator Mark Leno, and former District 8 Supervisor Bevan Dufty. Thank you very much for joining us. And a heartfelt thank you to the SFO Museum staff for curating this powerful exhibition and making it accessible to all international passengers. Your work ensures the legacy of the quilt is shared widely and seen by people from all walks of life from around the world. Thank you as well to the National AIDS Memorial for their stewardship and dedication, and to every individual, family member, artist, and activist who has contributed a panel and a story to this remarkable project. And thank you to all of you gathered here today for keeping this history alive and reminding us that love, memory, and advocacy are powerful tools for change. It is now my great honor to introduce our next speaker and welcome him to his first official event at San Francisco International Airport, Mayor Daniel Lurie.
It is strange to come to the airport and not be going out to a flight. But Mike, you and your team are doing a incredible job out here. We just did a walking tour. It looks great. I know we have more to come, but just a note of appreciation to you and your team. This is a shining example for our city people. Their first taste of San Francisco is when they land, and people are seeing really great things. So thank you, Mike. Now, this quilt is a breathtaking visualization of how AIDS reshaped our country and, of course, our city. Each panel represents a life, and together this quilt represents a community. It's coming home to the city where it was born, where it will welcome people to the city that led the way during the AIDS crisis. In this quilt, you see the hands of loved ones who refused to let those they lost be forgotten. You see the lives that shaped not only our city and our country, but our neighborhoods and our businesses. You see our sons, you see our daughters, brothers, sisters, uncles, and friends. And if you're here in this room today, you know it's impossible to talk about the quilt without honoring the man who gave it life, Cleve Jones. good to see you, Cleve. In 1985, at a candlelight vigil held in memory of Harvey Milk, Cleve had a vision, a way to mark the overwhelming loss of life due to AIDS. 2 years later, he stitched the very first panel in honor of his friend, Marvin Feldman. That simple act of love and defiance sparked something truly extraordinary. That panel, block 6, is right behind me. Where is it? There it is. Right there. That panel, that is the legacy of this community and the legacy of San Francisco. We were at the forefront of this crisis, and we are still leading the way. From backfilling federal cuts to HIV and AIDS care, to supporting trans and LGBTQ plus health services, to funding housing and services for those most at risk, we remain committed to this fight. This quilt, yeah, let's go. This quilt is not only our history, it's a reminder that the work continues. As travelers from around the world pass through this airport and stop to look at this quilt, they'll be greeted by a true representation of San Francisco's values: compassion, acceptance, and courage. I hope they feel the humanity. I hope they reflect on the lives represented here. And I hope they are inspired to carry the story forward. To those that we lost, we remember you. To those who grieve, we grieve with you. To those who survived and fought, we honor you. To those continuing the work, we stand with you. Thank you to SFO. Thank you to the National AIDS Memorial. Thank you, Cleve, and to every hand that made this possible.
Thank you, Mayor Lurie. And now representing Speaker Emerita Nancy Pelosi, please welcome District Director Corey McCoy Powell.
Good morning, everybody. I'll be brief. As District Director of Speaker Emerita Nancy Pelosi's district office, I would like to say on her behalf, thank you to the San Francisco International Airport family, our Honorable Mayor Daniel Lurie, John Cunningham, and the AIDS Memorial family, of which I'm very proud to be a part of, the incomparable Cleve Jones, and of course, Gert McMullen, wherever you are. Thank you to the San Francisco Museum, SFO Museum, for bringing this symbol of grief, anger, love, and activism to the millions of passengers that come through the San Francisco International Airport. Since her first day in Congress, the Speaker Emerita Pelosi has fought for the rights, recognition, and care of the HIV/AIDS community, saying herself, "I am here to fight HIV/AIDS from the floor of the House." Not only is the AIDS quilt a personal and heartfelt reminder of those taken from us during the worst part of the AIDS epidemic, it is also a tool for education, for dispelling stigma, and a symbol of hope, resilience, and strength of the HIV community and of San Francisco itself. As an openly HIV positive man, it is an incredibly special thing to have it proudly displayed in this space. And so to that end, on behalf of Speaker Emerita Pelosi, I'd like to present the SFO Museum with a certificate of congressional recognition in honor of your historic commitment to providing cultural enrichment and humanizing the airport environment on this occasion by displaying the AIDS Memorial Quilt with pride.
Thank you for that recognition. We really appreciate it. Next, please welcome the CEO of the National AIDS Memorial, John Cunningham.
Thank you very much, all of you, for being here. I see some faces in the audience that have been in this fight for a very, very long time. I recognize you, I thank you, and I walk with you. As I said, my name is John Cunningham. I am the CEO of the National AIDS Memorial, and it is a profound honor to be with each of you here showcasing the AIDS Memorial Quilt at SFO. Thank you, Mayor Lurie, for being with us on this special day, and thank you for your ongoing steadfast leadership and support. We're also joined by current and former Memorial Board members, longtime volunteers, quilt panel makers, staff, and many friends of the organization. I want to express my deep appreciation to the entire SFO team for your helping to make this morning happen. However, there are a few individuals without which this would not have been made possible. First, I would like to acknowledge former SFO Museum Director and Chief Curator Tim O'Brien for this exhibition. For this exhibition was his original vision. Following Tim's departure, curator of exhibitions Daniel Calderon, along with other museum team members, picked up the ball and continued on that vision. And working together with Gert McMullen, the mother of the quilt, and Roddy Williams, they have created a truly moving and powerful exhibition which will live on during this entire year of it being displayed. Millions of individuals will have the opportunity to view this. The quilt is a powerful, enduring symbol of love, action, and remembrance, and the ongoing fight for justice and equity in the face of HIV and AIDS. The quilt embraces the values of our beloved city, those of justice, equality, love, and action, and it shares that spirit over the decades with millions of individuals around the world. In 2019, the National AIDS Memorial assumed the stewardship of the quilt, returning it to its rightful roots in the Bay Area, joining the only federally designated memorial to AIDS in Golden Gate Park. Created out of darkness and hate, it has changed not only the trajectory of the AIDS crisis, but it has opened hearts and minds of a nation. The quilt began with a single panel stitched with heartbreak and hope, and that vision came from the man I have the privilege to introduce now. Cleve Jones is a longtime activist, labor leader, author, and leader in the LGBT and AIDS movement. The founder of the AIDS Memorial Quilt, through his courage and compassion and unwavering commitment, Cleve gave voice to those lost, comfort to the grieving, and a platform for activism that continues to shape the world today. And boy, we need that spirit now. Please help me in welcoming Cleve Jones.
Thank you, thank you. Okay, first of all, I still can't sew. I didn't stitch, I spray painted, and as you can see, they got better over time. Poor Marvin, he would have wanted something that could be in the Museum of Modern Art or at least Bloomingdale's front window. And fortunately, he had many friends and he has many quilt panels, and all but this one are beautiful. So, Mayor Lurie, I want to thank you so much for being here. You've got a lot on your plate right now. I don't think any of us really would want to be in your shoes. You're going to have to make some very, very difficult choices that are going to have profound impact on so many people in our city. And I am grateful as we approach whatever bad news, what further bad news comes from Washington, that you're going to be making those decisions. I know you're going to do your best to make up for the shortfalls, but we need to understand very clearly, and I think that John and all the team at the AIDS Memorial Quilt understand quite clearly that it's important for people to understand this isn't just about the past. This isn't just about remembrance. It's certainly not about nostalgia. The quilt was created as a weapon in the global struggle against a pandemic that has not ended. And I can tell you that when Gert and I started this, our hearts were filled with rage. Now today, The reality is that decisions have already been made that ensure that there will be a resurgence of HIV infections across the globe. Millions of people are going to now die of HIV/AIDS who would not otherwise have succumbed. That is not rhetoric. That is not hyperbole. That is the actual fact of what is happening. Many people want to believe that we in San Francisco and in California are somehow protected from this. And while we have public officials, past and present, who will continue to do everything they can to defend us, the reality is that their power in this is limited. We are going to have to be very strong, and we have to be very clear that the virus never went away. And in the absence of treatment, the absence of prevention education, the absence of support services, the virus is going to come roaring back with a vengeance. None of us are going to be safe from that reality. So, Mr. Mayor, thank you in advance. You are going to have to make decisions that will undoubtedly not be popular with many. But I have confidence, and I think all of us in this room have confidence, that you are going to make those decisions to the best of your ability to defend our city and all the residents of our city. So thank you to the airport, everyone at the museum. I just got back from London, where the AIDS Quilt UK was displayed for the first time in 30 years at the Tate Modern. It was an extraordinary event. Over 70,000 people came to see the quilt, who understood that it's not just about the past, it's about the present and about the future. Thank you all so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, you can see there's a good reason why we had Cleve serve as our final speaker, because I don't think anybody can top that. We do want to take a moment for a photo opportunity, and I would invite all of our speakers to come back up to the stage here for a photo op, please. Thank you very much. And now it is my pleasure to introduce our SFO Museum Director. Please welcome Jennifer McCabe.
Okay, thank you for not making me immediately follow Cleve. I just want to say a quick thanks to the National AIDS Memorial and John Cunningham for the partnership and for entrusting SFO to exhibit these beautiful quilts. Huge thanks to the SFO staff for this special event, for making it happen, and especially to the SFO Museum staff for all they do every day to bring joy to our visitors, and especially Daniel Calderon for curating the exhibition. Thank you. There he is. Which I hope you will visit on your way out. It's here in the International Terminal between the A and G gates in the cases. And just to echo all the sentiments shared here today, the quilt is an amazing reminder of the importance of community in the times of adversity. So thank you for joining us today, and thank you to the AIDS Memorial Quilt Foundation. Thank you.